What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Mini TV Reviews. I am your host, Mo, and tonight, y'all, we're going to be discussing Poppa's House. That's right, y'all. We're going to be discussing episodes 7 and 8 in this review. So, buckle in. Get your snacks. All right? I hope you guys have had a wonderful week thus far. So, without further ado, let's go ahead. This is Season 1, Episode 7, titled Broke Back. All right? So, let's go ahead and get into the synopsis so we can get right into the episode. So the synopsis for this one is Poppa's severe back pain keeps him from seeing a doctor until Ivy offers to stay the night to care for him. Nina makes Junior think he lost his wedding ring. It was a really good episode, y'all. I feel like they only got 8 episodes for the season. Hopefully not, because I am really enjoying this show. And I need to see if there's any type of conclusion for Poppa and Ivy in either direction. Okay, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So we begin the episode with Junior coming by Poppa's to borrow some money, cause y'all, Junior done lost his wedding ring again. He's so much in his own headspace that he don't even hear Poppa groaning in pain for like at least 5 seconds. So he finally opens the door to the bathroom and finds Poppa on the floor, y'all, cause his back done went out. That damn sciatica get you every time, okay? Sciatica don't be playing. My back done locked up a couple of times, and when I tell you, I have to crawl on the floor, it hurts. So Poppa declines going to the doctor because last time he said that he went, they gave him diabetes. And no, before y'all ask, they didn't technically give it to him. They just told him that he already had it when he could have been blissfully ignorant and could have just died, very prematurely by, just drowning himself in Krispy Kreme donuts all day. Okay. So he declines going back to the doctor for now. So he agrees to loan the money to Junior. Now, Junior needs another $1,000 for this ring. I was like, how much was your wedding ring? He'd been able to come up with a little bit of the money. So he has agreed to loan the money to Junior as long as Junior helps him until his back is better. Okay. All right, cool. So Poppa says that the first line of business is he needs Junior to order him a toilet that's more suitable for him while his back is out of commission. Okay. And so while Junior does that, Ivy comes by and offers to help Poppa. Now, he was initially trying to act like nothing was wrong. And he made this noise, and Ivy was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He was just singing the song. And so then he did it again. And so then here comes Junior, and he said something about his back, and she was like, "I knew it was something wrong." And so she offers to help him, but he just ends up giving her a hard time because she can't give him that cortisone shot that she told him that he needed. That's what he really needs, is a cortisone shot. And he was like, "You can't give it to me, can you?" She says, "No, I can't." And he was like, "That's because you ain't no real doctor." Well, no, not in that sense. No, she's not. But she does have some sort of nursing experience, right? So she offers to go get Poppa an ice pack, and while she's gone, Poppa uses the bell to tell Junior to stay close to him because he don't trust Ivy and all those temptress looks that she be giving him and touching him all the time. Okay, it just make him nervous. It give him the butterflies, even though he don't want to admit it, right? So over at Junior's, Nina is talking to Ivy about how hurtful it has been for Junior to not only be tuning into her when it only pertains to them playing in the sheets, because the truth is, Junior didn't lose his ring at all, y'all. She told him that she was taking it to go get cleaned, but apparently because it didn't involve, you know, them doing the horizontal dancing, he ain't hear it. Okay. Now, throughout their convo, every time it seems like she's talking about them getting intimate, he chimes in, although he is nowhere near them. Yeah, them satellites be working when it's time, huh? Y'all remember that one episode where Gina, on Martin, where Gina was talking about his ears, y'all? She was like, "Doo, doo, 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 doo." Yeah, them ears be working when they need to. So, it's so bad, y'all, that she says that to avoid him admitting that he lost his ring, he wore oven mitts to bed last night just so she wouldn't see his bare hands. But to me, that's worse than you not wearing nothing at all on your hands, because I'm more likely to notice that you got some damn oven mitts on in the bed versus you just laying on that one particular side so I can't see your left hand. Anywho, whatever. That it's not me. She know that he lying. So Nina asks Ivy what's up with her and Poppa, and she doesn't say that she does not find him attractive. She don't say that. All she says is that she's got a rule against dating coworkers. Okay, she absolutely will not do that. I was like, okay, okay. She also said something else, but I can't remember what it was. It'll come back to me. So at Papa's, Junior comes in, and he's been trying to get Papa to go to the doctor. At this point, Junior quits. He's over it. Okay, so she was like, I'm gonna make sure that I get him to the doctor. I think I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but we'll get to it. So at Papa's, the new toilet was just installed, and Papa is quite tickled, okay, because not only does it speak to him in Japanese, but it has a bidet. He ain't never had one of those. But Papa's gotten worse because now, y'all, he's using a walker to help him get around. And so Junior was like, you need to go to a doctor. But again, he refuses. So Junior quits. Guess he'll just have to find the funding some other kind of way. So this is where him and Ivy have that conversation, and Ivy says that she's going to make sure that he gets to the doctor no matter what. Okay. But before Junior results to doing dance numbers for extra money, because y'all know he loved to do dance numbers, he tries to find it at his house. Now, as he's in their room tearing it up, looking under the bed, looking in the closet, looking in treasure chest, y'all, Nina ends up sneaking up on him and tries to catch him with nothing on his hands. And so he comes up with a pair of her shoes. He's got a pair of her boots on his hands. And so she was like, why do you have them on your hands? And he was like, to dance with, or to hand dance. So then she takes the boots off. Y'all, why he got a pair of socks under there? And so she was like, why do you have sock puppets on? Because that's what he called them. Why you got sock puppets on? And so he pretends that he's them two. And so then she pulls off those pair of socks, y'all. Why does he have another pair of socks on as Mama and Trey? She tired of it. You're going to have to get up earlier than that to fool him. Now, over at Papa's, y'all, Papa's just trying to adjust to life without Junior, okay? So he figured he could do it. He done got smart. He ended up getting his grabber, right? But clearly he needs a little bit more practice with this thing, because he got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich sitting at the end of the bed on this plate. So he used the grabber to grab the sandwich, which he did that. But when he was trying to bring it closer to him, he dropped it on the floor. So out of frustration, he rings his bell, right? Knowing Junior isn't gonna come. I don't know if he just thought that Junior would change his mind or what. But either way, Junior doesn't come. Instead, Ivy shows up. And she has brought her medicine bag, and she done got some hot soup for him to try. So they end up trading these jokes. And when he has a back spasm, y'all, she goes over to massage his back. And so he was like, no means yes. And yes means go deeper. Okay? Your hands are a godsend right now. And so she ends up sharing a story about her having to take care of her sick brother, who had an attitude very much like Papa's. Okay? He was very hard-headed, all the things, stubborn. And so she ends up telling Papa that her brother waited just a little too late to go see a doctor. And so once he got whatever diagnosis he got diagnosed with, she had to end up dropping out of nursing school to take care of him before he passed away. Now, Papa shares his own story about his dad never going to the doctor aside from the day that he was born. And while I thought that was a funny joke, you know that is a stereotype in the Black community because it's very true. Very true. I don't think that I ever saw my dad go to the doctor until he got diagnosed with diabetes. So after that, he was very like vigilant about his health, and not only his health, but making sure that we as his kids were also very aware of our health and the hereditary things that could be passed down. So, yes, Black men, please go to the doctor before it's too late. And so he makes the joke about his dad never going to the doctor aside from the time that he came home when he was born. And so he says that the only other time that his dad went to the doctor was when he went in for shoulder and neck pain, but he never came back out. Now I don't know what happened. I don't know if he had a heart attack. I don't know if he had a stroke. I don't know what happened. All I know is that he never came out. So she suggests that had her brother not waited as long as he did, he might still be alive this very day. But she just wants Papa to be around for a really long time, and so she grabs his hand and she lays her head on his shoulder, right? And she's getting really close and cuddly with him, and she calls him Silly Billy. Uh-oh, not the cutesy names, y'all. And so he done got real comfortable with how she's positioned on him, and so he ends up falling asleep, right? And so when he falls asleep, excuse me, he wakes up. But when he wakes up, he's in a nightmare. And so now she done went from this loving Ivy to Raji and acrimonious or whatever the hell that damn Tyler Perry movie was that she played in there is that vengeful, spiteful, bitter lady, okay? And they even mention Ivy torturing him with a book that she wrote in like 2 days, like Tyler Perry does all of his stuff. And I was like, damn, that was petty. What did Tyler Perry do to y'all? So he then screams and tries to escape, right? But she done hit his other foot because he done told us that he got a club foot, right? She hits his other foot with a sledgehammer, so he can't really do too much. So when he tried to get out the bed, y'all, he fall to the floor. And so now he's crawling across the floor to the door, and then here comes Junior to his rescue. And so he was like, Dad, you know, the whole neighborhood heard you screaming. Are you okay? And so he was like, no, son, please just get me out of here. I got to get away from this lady. She's trying to kill me. I'll do anything that you want me to do. Just get me away from her. And so he was like, does that mean that you'll go to the doctor? Yes, even going to the doctor, I will do that. And so as Junior is dragging him out by his feet, y'all, he looks back at Ivy and we see Ivy smiling. Her plan was successful indeed. So at the doctor checks him out, and while Papa is talking much cash money about him, just glancing him over and writing his script so he can go ahead and bill him for his next boat or his next trip to Tahiti or someplace like that, the doctor just goes over and cracks his back. That's all he needed. You said you needed a good chiropractor? Oh, okay. So he goes over and he cracks his back. And so now he's feeling so much better. Okay. He got a new pep in his step. Yeah, he actually does care about his patients. Now it's time to check their prostate. So later on, back at the house, Papa and Junior are talking, and Papa says that he still believes that Ivy has the hots for him, and while he does kind of have a crush on Ivy, he's amused by her. He just doesn't want to have to adjust his schedule anymore. You know how when people get older, they get set in their ways, about time, about schedules, about all the things, right? They're little nuanced things that they like to do around the house, things that tick them off or upset them or push their buttons. He just don't want nobody in his space like that. Okay? He don't want to have to answer to nobody. And more importantly, he don't want to mess nothing up. That's his fear. And so as he's telling Junior that, Ivy overhears it. Okay, but she don't say nothing. They don't even know that she's listening. But she hears that part where he does want to pursue something with her, but he's too scared that he's going to mess it up. So that's why he won't. So, anywho, so she hears that, and so then we go over to Nina's. Y'all, Junior is still looking for this damn ring. He's looking high and low. He goes back into the living room and he finds it sitting on the coffee table. And so he was like, yes, success. And so then Nina catches him in the act, y'all. She ends up taking this quick Polaroid picture of him. Y'all remember when we used to have them Polaroid pictures, those Polaroid cameras? I love those things. They're bringing them back now. They don't look anything like what they used to, but for all intents and purposes, it still works the exact same. So she takes a Polaroid picture of him real quick, and she tells him how disappointed she was in him because she had told him that she was taking his ring. And so he was like, damn, girl, why you just didn't tell me that at first? And she was like, I tried to tell you that, but you wasn't listening to me. And so he apologizes because he should have told her, he should have been honest with her up front, but he didn't want her to be disappointed in him or be upset with him and have her feeling like he didn't take their commitment seriously. And so she grabs the ring and she basically recommits herself to him, or and he was like, oh, I'm getting married, y'all. It was so cute. I just love their relationship. So that's them. Now later on, Papa is at his house, right? And he is dreaming. He has a double dream of Ivy. Now I can't remember what the first one was. But whatever that first one was, oh, they were doing a podcast, right? And so he was telling her how much, he's thankful for her and how he he should have somebody like her in his corner, because he really values her, this, that, and the third. Just putting her up on this really good pedestal, right? As she should be. And so they start to kiss, right? And so he wakes up really fast. And so when he wakes up this time, she was like, something wrong, Big Daddy or Big Papa or something like that. And so then he wakes up again and he looks down at his little peen and he was like, oh, it was just a dream. False alarm. And that's the way the episode ends. So it is very evident that, he has a particular interest in Ivy. He's too scared to commit to her, y'all. And I hate that because they seem like they would be so good together after she's able to break down some barriers, because he had a lot of work to do. But I think she's got the right amount of patience for him. So, like I said, we'll see. I just want to see if we can get an answer about what they will or won't do between their relationship by the end of this season. So, that's the end of episode 7. Y'all ready for episode 8? We almost done, y'all. It's getting late. So this is season 1, episode 8, titled Wig. Now, the synopsis for this one is Poppa makes some drastic changes to his appearance after receiving some bad news. All right, y'all. So this one was a little sad. And again, we are hinting on those stereotypes about Black men and how they are always told or admonished for trying to show any type of emotional side. Okay. So we begin the episode with Junior coming to see if Poppa will be able to join him next week when he goes to read to Mama's class. But Poppa don't look like Poppa. Papa's got a brand new bag, okay? He done got himself a new lease on life and a new wig to match. He got him one of them wigs, y'all, his wig looked like he should have been a part of the Temptations or the Five Heartbeats, or maybe, you know what? His wig looked like a James Brown wig. That's a better description, okay? He got a James Brown wig. So he comes downstairs and scares the hell out of Junior. He was like, "What in the men's hair club?" Papa tells him the very unfortunate news that one of his ace boon coons, his day ones, y'all, Leon, Uncle Leon has passed away. And so he tells him that when Leon died, y'all, he died all alone. He didn't have a wife. He didn't have a side piece. He didn't have a girlfriend. He didn't have nobody. And he refuses to go out like that. Now, I do remember seeing a similar episode on My Wife and Kids. I'm not sure if y'all watched that show or not, but it was kind of like something that happened to one of his coworkers, and he was heavily impacted. Now, for this particular show, one of his best friends really did pass away back in 2016 for this. So I know it's not related to this story in particular, or loosely based off this story here, but on My Wife and Kids, he had an episode where he he had got this wig, y'all, and I think I think David Allen Greer was in the episode too, cuz he had a wig too. It was bad, y'all. Their toupees were awful. So, anywho, Ju- he's talking to Junior, and Junior is just shocked, y'all. He can't believe that Uncle Leon has died. And so, like I said, he done got him a new hairpiece. He got him a new phone. Now, with this new phone, it came with a dating app called Out of My League. And so he done hopped on the Out of My League app so he could hopefully, find him a new little honey dip or whatever. So when Junior asked him about what's up with you and Ivy, he says, I like Ivy. Okay. We got the podcast. That's what's up with us. But I just need somebody that don't have as much baggage as her. I need less baggage. And he seems to be off to a good start because he done got matched with some girl named Lola. She's pretty, y'all, but I'm sure this is going to be a disaster later on. So Ivy comes to do the podcast, but before they start, her and Junior are kind of talking while Poppa is off doing his own thing somewhere in the house. And so her and Junior are talking about Papa's friend passing away. And Ivy just believes that he needs more time to process his friend's death. But that's before she saw him, because when he comes in, y'all, she calls him a knockoff Al Sharpton. She was like, "What in the Al Sharpton?" And so he says that he's been at the gym working out, y'all, because death can't get to you if you're bobbing and weaving. And so she agrees that he's got that weave down part. He's got that part down real good. And so he's excited to do the podcast today because he wants to talk about this mythical youth fountain of youth that he's found to his audience, y'all. He wants to talk about it. Like I said, he got a new lease on life. And so, of course, they're making all the funny puns about his lace front. And once they start the podcast, he talks about having a date tonight. And yes, it's with an actual human being. And then he starts to talk about busting a slob with this lady. His words, not mine. And the faces that Ivy was making were spot on because, sir, who are you right now? That is so gross. So they cut to sponsors. And when they do, y'all, he asks Ivy, does she want some juice or something like that? Because he's finna go get him a juice box, y'all. Why did he lift up his headphones? And when he lifted up his headphones, the wig went with it. Like you didn't feel that breeze on your head. You didn't feel the glue come undone on your scalp. Oh, shoot, y'all. So at Junior's, Nina is checking on him because Nina knows her man, and she knows that he was really close with Leon as well. And Leon was basically there to teach him how to do all the essential things, like ride a bike, tie a shoe. But Leon never taught him how to express his emotions if he's feeling down and out or just sad, right? Which I thought was crazy because I feel like they have such a really good relationship. They're very communicative. So if he's ever feeling that way, I feel like he wouldn't have a hard time expressing himself. Now, Poppa, yeah, him, not so much. Especially with that one episode where Trey was having a hard time. He was acting up, cutting a fool. And he had to tap into his mafia side and he was doing all the dance numbers. Y'all, I don't believe that. So he said that he taught him how to do everything except for be emotional. Okay, be vulnerable. Because that's considered a weakness in the community, right? So, throughout the episode, Junior is saying all of these things that Uncle Leon would say about him basically needing tough skin to survive. And so, Junior was like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay, because eventually we're all gonna die. Him, Nina, his mom, she says, her dad, he says. And so they start to cut really deep when they start talking about all these extra family members that's gonna pass away. So she ends up switching gears, right? And she tries to ask him, is there anything that he can think of to make him cry it out? And he tries, y'all. He really does give it a solid effort. However, the tears just don't fall. They MIA. And so she was like, you know what, baby? That's okay. We gonna work on it. You gonna get there eventually. So Poppa goes on his date with this lady, Lola. And she's asking all the important questions like, how old are you? Do you have any kids? Do you have any ex-wives that I should be concerned about? And so he die with the lie. And he says that no, he ain't got no kids. Okay, he's very single and ready to mingle because he's only a few hairs over 40. Now, I don't know how old Miss Lola is, y'all. She looked like she might be like in her late 20s, early 30s. So probably half his age. I'm going to let him have it, okay? Now, when he asked her what she's interested in, what she likes to do, she mentions how she loves to swim, skydive, and drive with the top back on her convertible. You know, all the things that would probably cost him to lose his hairpiece. Now, he says it in a very funny way where he was just like, girl, you trying to have me mess up my hair? Which I thought was so funny that the roles were reversed because, you know, Black women, we don't like to get our hair wet. Now, I'm natural, so I could care less. But that front getting wet, yeah, no. I don't like it. So, I just thought that that was really funny. So, back at Junior's, they're just watching Poppa go further and further into denial about Leon. He is acting a whole fool, y'all. He is acting out. So now, Poppa done took it to a whole nother level because he's posting videos of him attempting to twerk. Now, again, Nina checks on Junior and he says that he's still not able to cry. Okay? It gets stuck in his throat. It's right there, but it just ain't coming up. It's stuck. So he goes to check on Poppa and y'all, Poppa is really feeling himself. He is smelling himself real bad, okay? He think he really popping right now. So he got on this little floral shirt that he done stole from Junior's closet and some skinny jeans, right? And so Junior informs him that the reason that the shirt hit him just right at that belt buckle level, at that hipster level, is because it's Nina's shirt. And so he was like, no wonder, okay? Y'all, Junior called it a crop top on him. And so Poppa joked about getting a belly ring. It was a hot mess, okay? He then turns a little more serious with suggesting that he's really thinking about asking Lola to move in with him since their date went so well the other night. And I was like, you gonna do all of this based off of 1 or 2 dates? He also says that he's been waiting for the right woman to come along because he told himself that the next woman he's intimate with will be the one that he marries, okay? But he's really, truly just worried about if he'll still be good in bed. That's why he wants to marry her, okay? If you gonna mess around, she gonna have to get a ring on it first before we hop in them sheets. No take backsies. So Junior is trying to hurry up and slam the brakes on this conversation, but Poppa seems to have his noise cancellation headphones on at this point. He ain't trying to hear nothing that Junior got to say. Now, I'm not sure why he just won't try to pursue things with Ivy if he's concerned about the intimacy thing. Like I said, it seems like she's more of his speed. She's got the patience and the tolerance for him. She's very intellectual. So I just don't see why he's not trying to pursue something with her. But I guess he figures once he crosses that line, you can't go back. And if you mess it up, then you just gonna destroy the whole thing. Like, y'all can't even be friends after that. So, um, Junior goes back to his house to tell Ivy and Nina the latest updates about Poppa wanting to marry this lady and have kids with her. And so he was like, I don't want to be a grandbrother. Yo, he told them that he don't want to be a grandbrother. When I tell you, I hollered. But more worried than he is Ivy. And so, y'all, she done took it up a couple of octaves, and she was like, he must be out of his damn mind. I can't believe that he would do this to me, She's upset. And so she excuses it away as him still needing to grieve his friend. And Nina is like, I wouldn't want to plan that wedding no damn way. And she was like, that's because it ain't going to be no wedding, traitor. And so then Ivy realizes, that she has let her slip show a little bit. So she walks it back and she tells them that he needs to cry. He really needs to cry as soon as possible so he can go ahead and get all of this out of his system. And so they recommend that him and Junior end up watching Old Yeller, because if you don't cry when you watch Old Yeller, you just dead on the inside. Now, disclaimer, I have never watched Old Yeller. I don't have any intentions on watching it, okay? If they say it's sad, then I'm going to take them at their word. I ain't got the time to. So, they watched this movie, and apparently they both must be rotting from the inside out because they was the only two people that didn't cry. Ivy, Nina, and the kids. They was all crying on the couch. And so, it's so bad, y'all, that Poppa fell asleep during the movie. And so he woke up as the movie is ending. And Mama goes over to check on him because she says that he seems sad, okay? And this seems to create a knot in his throat. But them tears still ain't falling. So he says that he's fine. And to avoid them seeing him cry, he probably, or he might have cried in the car. He ends up getting up and leaving, okay? And so they was like, damn, we almost had him. But on to Junior. So Nina tries to sing this Korean song that he had mentioned earlier that it kind of makes him sad, but it doesn't make him cry because he doesn't understand what they're saying. And so he can't get too emotionally invested in the song, right? So she tries it, but it still doesn't work. And so then she comes up with this idea to have Poppa come and read to Mama's class, and hopefully the book that they read will trigger something, right? And so this is exactly what he does. And so he goes there and Junior fakes like he's got laryngitis. And so Poppa ends up reading this certain part of Charlotte's Web. And so then he starts to reminisce on all the things that him and Leon did when him and Leon were friends, and how that was his day one, and how they used to wear the tracksuits together, and how he would drink something and then he had took him to rehab and he stayed the whole time, and he gets really emotional, and Mama says, it's okay, Papa, let it out. And so then the tear gates open. Okay. And so he just lets it all flow. And so the kids are consoling him, right? It's so cute. And so then Junior starts to cry, y'all. But I don't know what that was. If you've ever watched the Troll movie where Branch was learning how to be happy, he let out a happy scream or a happy shout or something like that. That's what Junior sounded like. That's immediately what I thought about when I heard whatever that was come out of Junior's mouth. And so, mission accomplished. That's really good, right? So later on, Poppa and Ivy are finna get ready to start the podcast. And so now he's in his 80s Adidas suits, right? Because this is what him and Leon used to dress up as back in the day. And so she was like, "Oh my God, don't tell me you're going back to the past or having a blast from the past." And he was like, "No, this is how fresh me and my guy Leon was." And so he was like, "Let me tell you a little something about my friend, so you can understand why I loved him so much." And so he was like, they never told each other that they loved each other back in the day, but now that his friend is gone, he feels like they should have. But apparently, back in the day, there used to be some little graffiti artists, right? And so they had went to go graffiti up some stuff, and they had got busted. Well, everybody took off running, and when Papa started to run, he had fell. He fell and he hit his head. And so everybody else kept running, but Leon stayed behind with them, and he was able to pull him right off the tracks before the train came and hit him. And so Leon saved his life. And so he was like, I probably wouldn't be here if he would have left me. I'd probably be gone. And so he ends up playing oh, it's so hard to say goodbye by Boys to Men. That'll get you every time. And so Ivy was starting to tear up, and he ended up posing like they were posing in a picture. And it was really cute, y'all. It was sad. And so Papa got some resolve. I'm not sure about Junior though. Junior's got some work to do, but like I said, I don't necessarily believe that he can't be emotional, because he's been emotional throughout the whole season, or at least vulnerable, right? So, anyway, that's the way the episode ends. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. Like I said, I hope we get some type of resolve for him and Ivy. I love what Junior and Nina are on. But that's it. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. You can reach me at Me and You TV Reviews on Facebook and on Instagram. You can also reach me at My TV Reviews Podcast without the S on the end at gmail.com. Y'all, I love y'all. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay safe. We are getting closer to the holidays. Check your surroundings. Put stuff in your trunk. Take some stuff back to the house. Go back out if you need to. But be safe, all right? Y'all have a great weekend. And until we meet over the airwaves again, I am Mo, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.